welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am Hannah and today's video is going to be a review. I haven't done a review in a long time and girl, your girl misses a review. A review on the Sample Beauty Paradigm Shift Paradigm Shift palette. So stay tuned if you want to find out how I created this look. I'm really excited about this. I have been waiting for this palette to come out. So Sample Beauty is a new upcoming makeup brand. They used to do, from what I do know about the brand, they used to do samples, that's why they're called Sample Beauty, but now they do palettes. So they've got two palettes. One of the new ones which we'll be using today, they do matte pigments, they do like all different kinds of pigments, or a range of things on there. So I'll be linking Sample Beauty's website and the Instagram in the description. So I was really excited about this because I've used their first palette. If you don't know what their first palette is, their first palette was called the Cult palette. Now let me show you what the Cult palette looked like. So Sample Beauty kindly sent me the Cult palette in PR, and so this is what the packaging looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. I have used and abused this palette. If you haven't seen my Instagram is at hanstluce. So if you check my Instagram out, I'm telling you, I have used and abused this palette. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's just sleek black. I love how simple the packaging is. It doesn't have any description on the back. I don't think it needs to. The palette speaks for itself. So I know this video is not on this palette, but yeah, it just says Sample Beauty and then it says the Cult palette. And if you look inside, you can tell I have been using and abusing this palette. So these are what the shades like. There are 18 shades, 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, there are 18 shades in this palette. This was, I think, one of their first palettes. I think it's like their baby to them, but I absolutely adored this palette. I think these colours here, the blues, the pinks, the orange, was perfect. I think this was, if you're a beginner or you're an experienced makeup artist, you need this palette. The one thing I love about Sample Beauty, and I'm not saying this video is not sponsored in any way, they didn't ask me to do this at all. I have such a passion for this brand. Now it sounds cringy, it sounds a bit, but honestly, they communicate so well. Their delivery is brilliant. Their communication, like I talk to the Sample Beauty customer service, I talk to them on their Instagram. It's just amazing to be able to communicate. A lot of brands even up their brands, such as Morphe, things like that. I know they've got such a big customer base, but at the same time, you need to have the people to actually talk to the customers. You're not just selling products. You want to create a relationship between your customers, and that's what I feel Sample Beauty does. So the Cult palette retails for £24.95, so 25 quid for 18 shades. That is pretty good. And I'll be completely honest with you, the pigmentation in this palette I have never ever seen in another palette. I've seen single eyeshadows that are pretty pigmented, but this bad boy is bloody pigmented. Now, so this palette is the Sample Beauty, I think it says the Paradigm Shift. So this is the packaging for it. So you can see it's a lot bigger than the Cult palette, so it's like double the size. This palette has 18 eyeshadows and this palette has 35 eyeshadows. This retails for £34.95, so you're getting basically nearly a shade, like £1 per shade. So what I do know about this palette, that there is 30 mattes and 5 shimmers, which I think is honestly brilliant. Like, that was brilliant. Like, they did such a good job there. Like, with me, don't get me wrong, I do like shimmers, but I think to the upcoming days, like to now, like modern day makeup, Instagram makeup, any type of makeup, yeah, if you want to have a subtle day where you can have a shimmer on the eye, but metallics, glitters, things like that, these are all what's the 2018 sort of thing. So I think having 5 shimmers and 30 mattes was, I think, honestly the best choice that they could have made. So the description of this palette is that it has a full spectrum of colour, has the perfect amount of colour payoff that suits you. So what they wanted to establish with the Paradigm Shift palette was that you can customise the type of payoff for your liking. So it says use the eyeshadows on a wet base for an intense payoff, or use them on a set base for a softer look. Now, you know me, I'm going to set my base anyway, but I know these are going to be pigmented. I think their idea was, with the Cult palette, it was so overpowering, but it was good overpowering. It wasn't like, it was intense, but perfect intense. So I think where a lot of people didn't know how to handle that, I think they wanted to make a compromise. I think they wanted to say, look, we're going to keep it there, but there's different ways of using it to make it softer. Luckily, they did note, if you're looking for a palette that has intense colour payoff on a set base or no base, this palette may not be for you. I got this in the mail yesterday. I ordered it. Don't worry, I paid for this. Like I was waiting. I had like my little £35 put to the side. I was like, look, I'm going to be getting this palette. I do not care. So I ordered this. They went live at 6:30 for people that were on the live on the Instagram, and then they went live for everyone at around 7:30, I think it was. I just got it at like 6:32 or something like that. So this is what exactly, again, it still looks like it's in packaging, but this is what the palette looks like. It's got like silver metallic writing on the front. It just has the name of the palette. It doesn't have anything on the back, and I can't, this palette is so light. Like, you'd think of it. So that is the cult palette to the new palette, but this palette is so small. Like, it's not small, but it's the perfect size. If you want to travel, if you're a makeup artist and you need maybe one palette, I'm telling you, this palette's going to be for you. It's going to be for you. So this is what the palette looks like. I don't even know. They kept this palette a secret until the day of the launch. Now, they gave little hints, but I had no clue what this palette was going to look like. But I'm looking at it now and this looks so good, even on camera. Now, this reminded me, first of all, of the 35B palette from Morphe, but this just looked more precise. I'm not going to do any swatches because it's just not my thing. I don't do swatches. I will try and see if I can insert a clip of like maybe here or here of the swatches that they had made on their Instagram. I will tag their Instagram in the description and their website. Okay, so first I'm going to take the Morphe M441 brush. This is like a blending brush, and I'm going to go into, I think maybe this colour. I'm going to use this colour. I'm going to pack this onto the centre of the lid. So I haven't set my eyes because I want to see the intensity. So this isn't an actual base, this is just a concealer, but you can class this as a base if you think about it. Place this onto the lid as so. Let me just put some ever so slightly onto the lid. Just so the colour is very nice. The colour is very, very nice. So using the same brush, let me just swivel off the excess. I'm then going to go in with this colour right here, which was next to the colour that we first went in with. And I'm just going to start to deepen up the inner parts of that section. I might go in with a little bit of this shade as well, just to add, just to really deepen. So just so we can get a nice deep centre. Here's with colourful looks is to really just pack on the colour. Well, that's my best advice anyway. Now that we have that on the lid, I'm going to go in with a little bit of this orange here and a tiny bit of this pastel-y pink. Now these two shades are quite similar, but I think they've got a slight different undertone. I'm not 100% sure. Start to blend the orange in with the pink. That in. Just so you've got a merge of colour. Do you see how the colours are merging there? Just like that. Key is to continue to blend until your life is done. So I'm not taking this orange too up, but we are going a little bit further than we would usually. So now, using this beautiful yellow here, I'm going to mix these two colours together. So this is a beautiful vibrant yellow. I'm going to slightly start to just build this yellow in just at the top. Just at the top. The one thing I love about Sample Beauty's colours and their formula is when you start to blend shades together, you create new ones within those shades, which I think is really nice, because sometimes in a palette you want a nice mixture of shades, but sometimes there's not enough. This I think is fine, but don't worry about this, we'll clean it up. I'm going with the Real Techniques base shadow brush, and I'm going to go in with this brown right here. Just pick up a little bit on the brush and just starting to deepen. Just want to deepen this bit here. Yeah, that might go right. So you want to put it in the, you know, as your eye, at the end of your eye, just where the socket is. So you just want to really add that colour into the socket, because I find with looks like that, it really gives depth to your eye look. I'm going to grab a Sigma E36 brush and still go in with that, just a slight bit of that brown there, just to merge everything together. This is a really nice blending tool. I think this is one of the best brushes that I've used for deepening up looks a little bit. I think it just looks really nice. Okay, so I've done the rest of my face. Everything else is done except the lower lash line, which we'll be doing, and the inner corner. So I'm going to go back into the palette that we've been using, and I'm thinking to go in with a bit of blue and purple maybe. I'm thinking maybe these two colours together. I don't know. That might actually look pretty cute. So, what brush am I going to use? What brush am I going to use? Okay, I'm going to take this Morphe E36 brush. Now this is a really small and detailed brush, and I can really get underneath the lash line. So I'm going to grab these two shades right here from the palette from Sample Beauty. I'm just going to mix them together as you do anyway. And I'm just going to start to drag that underneath. Oh, that's a bit dark, isn't it? It's a bit dark. Okay, maybe because that's a bit dark, we could do like the outer bit purple, just so it can blend up with the deepness at the top maybe. And then in the inner, as we go in, maybe put like a flash of blue. Yeah, I think that could work. Going with this blue here. This is a beautiful blue. I'm going to take this. Okay, so this isn't as pigmented, but it's really nice. Bearing in mind my eyes have been set, etc. So, okay, so in the inner corner I went in with the Morphe High Impact Illuminator in the shade Extra. I think it's a very, very good palette. I think the pigmentation, do you know what I'm really shocked about with a coloured palette especially, is that there's no fallout or kickback that I have noticed. Bearing in mind this is the first time I have played with this palette. I did a very subtle look today. Normally I'm a lot more vibrant. I will be playing with this palette a lot more, seeing as I'm obsessed with the cult palette that they came out with. Now this retails for £34.95. I don't have any discount codes or anything like that. This isn't affiliated, this isn't sponsored or anything like that. This was just a complete new review on the palette itself. So of course if you're wanting something a bit cheaper, you can go for their popular cult palette, which is really good as well, and I would 100% recommend this because I've used and abused it. So I will be using and abusing both of these. So in each shade you get 1.5 grams of product. So travel foam, it's really light, it's really thin, can really easily fit into your bag, so you're gonna get a lot for your money basically. I personally think. I will be doing loads more looks. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see another look using this, maybe a bit more vibrant, maybe something new, maybe something different, I don't know. So I'm going to get questions. The lashes that I am wearing are the Glamify Beauty lashes in the style GB4 lashes. I got these from Miss Pap, so yeah, these are normally always on sale anyway, so go check them out. And my lips are the Dose of Colours liquid lipstick in Knock on Wood. Have I got lipstick on my teeth? No. Okay, so overall that was my review on the Sample Beauty The Paradigm Shift palette. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, it would mean the absolute world if you could give it a massive thumbs up. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Hannah, and please, I would love it if you could subscribe and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss out on when I post. I will be doing a giveaway. I know a lot of people have been asking me, Hannah, what you said about your giveaway. I will be doing a giveaway. Just give me a minute. Like, I've just got back onto YouTube. I'm going to collect a few things of my favourite things. This palette may be even in the giveaway. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. So yes, I will get back to you on that, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye!